Test, test, 1, 2, test. Testing, 1, 2. Testing. Testing. Test. Welcome. 1, 2, test. And welcome, Warrior fans, all of you out there in YouTube land and also that are watching on IHSATV.org. We want to say hello and welcome to Richard E. Johnson Gymnasium and Wes-Del High School, where Wes-Del Warrior Basketball Program will be hosting the Union Rockets. I am the superintendent, and I am here with the coach, Coach Hanson. How are you feeling tonight?
Good. It's a wonderful Friday. Wrapped up the week here and looking for some basketball tonight and tomorrow.
We are looking for some good basketball tonight and tomorrow. We will hopefully get a good weekend here. MEC action, Coach. We've got a doubleheader tonight, or excuse me, this weekend. We've got one tonight, and we've got a unique doubleheader. Both 6 o'clock starts because the JV team is dealing with a little bit of a quarantine issue. So we're going 6 o'clock, different atmosphere. And you notice as you look around 6 o'clock, it's going to be a little difficult for the guys to get going, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, like you said, some parents are obviously filing in here, but one of the things that helps tonight makes the IHA basketball in Indiana is great. So we got our band here tonight. So
Dr. Driscoll, he's got them rocking.
Yeah, and that already helps there, get the pregame going a little bit. So I'm sure our parents are going to come in here any minute. So
we'll be able to pack as best we can Kay Saunders Court, get some good action going on tonight. As we look at tonight's matchup, Coach, 0-1 Union Rockets come in. I believe their first loss, if I remember correctly, was Purdue Polytechnic that they lost to in Game 1. So they've only got one game under their belt. The Warriors at 3-1. Bit of a heartbreaker last week. The score doesn't indicate how close the game was at that 69-60 finish with Madison Grant. I thought we did play well. I think it's a good Madison Grant basketball team that we played against. They're going to win a lot of ball games this year. But overall, coming in 3-1 and the ability to have played 4 basketball games has to be an advantage going against Union.
Yes, absolutely. And obviously, too, with the way those games were played over, Thanksgiving break there and the holidays. And this week you were able to get back to 4 or 5 days practice coming off your last game to get ready for this, like I said, this weekend with some MEC matchups here. So talking with Coach this week, I was a little unorthodox with some guys, like I said, the JV-wise out potentially, but I know they had some good practices and they're ready to go for this weekend.
It was a tough situation, he said, coming into this one with the loss of the JV for a couple of different reasons. As you know, being a coach and my past time being involved in coaching, that JV team, those extra bodies, those extra, really it's a new term, load management. It reduces the number of reps that guys have to get. And when you only have 6, 7, sometimes only 8 guys at your varsity practice, it also, not having those guys limits what you can do and what you can mimic from the other team. So big, important week of practice because not only are you getting ready for one MEC opponent in Union, you turn right around against a really solid Monroe Central basketball team tomorrow night here at home that they needed to prepare for, and not able to have those guys in the gym with you. But it affects everybody. It's going to – quarantine's hitting just about everyone around us, but that has to cause a little bit of an issue in practice.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, not only just the depth on a nightly basis, foul trouble, injuries, things that come along with sports, but like you said, that practice, those next few guys up, be able to get after it competitively in practice. So, I feel like we've talked about it ever since last March, but it's unprecedented times, and here we are again handling situations now. Coaches are doing things maybe different than maybe what they're accustomed to. So it's just another layer of what we've all been doing since, like I said, since this thing started. So,
right. Well, I know you've got some stats over there for us. Let's look at Wes-Del and talk to us a little bit about. We're 4 games into this. What are the top averagers as far as points go for our guys?
Well, for us, like I said at the top, we've talked about this all year long. We're led by 4 guys coming in tonight. Zach Todd's got 17 points a game, but also 10 rebounds. So when you look at what he brings on a nightly basis, he leads our team with 40 rebounds on the year. And
that's amazing.
Yeah, our next closest is Harlan, which, for a guard, he plays very, very strong, but he has 20. So you look at that, Zach obviously from a defensive standpoint and getting those blockouts and rebounding for us is going to be crucial. So followed up with the story in there like we just talked about with Eric. He's averaging just a shy under 16 at 15.8. 5 rebounds a game, but also almost 6 assists. So a little bit does it all for us. And also with Eric, you're looking at been very efficient from the field. He's shooting almost 70%.
That's really good.
4 games.
Really
so,
strong.
Yeah, he's 24 for 35. So when you look at him, he's been able to be aggressive, lead our team in transition, and make the plays that's needed. So knows when to find his spots to get him going, but also find shooters like Joel. So that brings us to our next two. Evan Weitzel's averaging through 14.8. So and Joel Dowling rounds out those 4 scores at 10 a game. So we've talked about it all year. Any of those guys, I think, are very capable of a nightly basis leading and scoring. And I think looking tonight, you're going to see those other role players get a lot of minutes, whether that's Mason Cox, Carlos, Artiego, or obviously, and then Jesus, which we talked about that last game.
Right.
Who really chipped in.
Really pulled those 9 points. Were big 9 points against Madison Grant. So that's a great segue into our starting lineup tonight, and the no change in what will be Game 5 for Coach McLaughlin. He sticks with it. It'll be Eric Harlan and Joel Dowling along with Evan Weitzel there in the backcourt. And honestly, we go with a 4-guard front, really, with Jesus Cardoza in there. And then the Todd father, Zach Todd, will be inside to start. So sticks with the same starting 5. I asked him about it. He said, really, no reason to make a change at this point. With the way not only guys have practiced, but also just the way they've performed in the first 4 games. And you can't really argue with that. And Coach is really pleased with how Jesus came out and played last game. So why not give him the nod again and let him get in that starting lineup for Game 5. So those are your starters. Hollywood, Harlan, Downtown Dowling. You've got Weitzel, Cardoza, and the Todd father rounding out that starting 5. So we're just at the 3-minute mark now, and we're getting ready to do National Anthem and the school song. So we are going to take an audio break here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. All right, we're back here, and we're going to actually wait on the band here, led by Dr. Driscoll here. The marching pride of the MEC are going to get us started with the school song. Cheerleaders are waiting right now. And it's a 2-man crew tonight. It is just Coach Hansen and myself, so he's going to run the camera at the same time. Don't send any bad vibes his way if we've missed something here and there. We've put a full day of work in, haven't we? And now we're back up here in the broadcast booth, so we may be a little slow here. Here's the school song. getting set for the national anthem now as the American flag is lowered from the rafters here, one of the finest basketball facilities and high school gymnasiums in the state. I don't care who, size-wise or anything, I'll argue with them. And nothing looks better than the red, white, and blue coming down here at Richard E. Johnson Gym on the K. Saunders Court. So we will let you hear the Warrior Band as they give us the national anthem.
And join Stephen Driscoll and the Wes-Del Pep Band in honoring our country as they play our national anthem.
All right, there we go. We're going to get ready for action. We got 3 more minutes of warm-ups before we get into the starting lineup. Let's talk about the Union Rockets and their roster before they get started here. And they have, it looks like, 2 seniors on their roster. It is Champ Ellis. He will be number 40. He's a 6'4" guard forward. And then they have George Barnes. He's number 20 at 6'1". He's a forward. Then they have one junior in Braden Adams, number 4. He's a 6-foot guard. And then they have several sophomores. Gage Rice, number 12. He's a 5'7" guard. Memphis McCaffrey, great name. I love that. Memphis McCaffrey, number 22, 6-foot guard. Austin Abbott will be number 50. And he's going to be a 5'9" center. So, that'll be, you got to love those little guys. Being 5'9" myself, you got to love those guys getting inside there and working. As a sophomore, he will play center. And then you got Noah Powers, number 32, 6-foot forward center. And then Danny Burris, number 14, 5'10" forward. And then they do have a freshman guard, Eli Wesley, number 5. He's 6 foot. And the head coach is Dan Carmody. And so that's the Union Rockets roster, as we're about at 150 to go here before we get to the starting lineups. And the basketball voice of the Warriors, we had Charlie Sims last week, who's usually the fall sports football voice of the Warriors. And we have Coach Biff Wilson in-house now. He was at a conference last week. He's back. And so the mellow tones of Coach Wilson, the wizard of Wes-Del, he will always love the fact that we have multiple coaches. As you see Coach McLaughlin actually talking to Coach Wilson now. Multiple coaches doing multiple things. We've got Coach Hansen up here in the booth doing the color commentary. You got Coach Wilson down there doing the PA announcing. And the only one that doesn't do anything around here is Adam Perdue. I saw him walk by, and I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he waved.
Well, that's what he's good at, wave and smile. There's a smile underneath that mask, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
But we're getting close to the starting lineup, as we've already gone through the starting lineup here for you guys. We're going to get our scoreboard up there for you. And we'll get to seeing about what comes about here. And I think Coach Wilson's getting things, well, we're just letting this baby wind down before he gets started so you can hear the starting lineups here.
Yeah, it's important this first game.
Welcome once again to Wes-Del High School, Richard E. Johnson Gymnasium, K. Saunders Court. It's time to meet the Rockets. The roster includes number 12, Gage Rice. Number 14, Danny Burris. Number 20, George Barnes. And number 50, Austin Abbott. Starting tonight for the Union Rockets, a 6-foot junior guard, number 4, Brandon Adams. A 6-foot freshman forward, number 5, Eli Wesley. A 6-foot sophomore forward, number 22, Memphis McCaffrey. A 6-foot sophomore center, number 32, Noah Howard. And a 6'4" senior guard, number 40, Champ Ellis. The Rockets are coached by Dan Harmony. Here are your Wes-Del Warriors. The roster includes number 3, Carson Ashley. Number 14, Corbin Price. Number 20, Carlos Artiega. Number 24, Ty Freeman. Number 25, Jack Rooker. Number 40, Mason Dog Cox. And number 54, Brandon Wiley. Starting tonight for your Wes-Del Warriors, a 6'2" senior guard, number 4, Joe Dowling. A 6'1" senior guard, number 10, Eric Harlan. A 6-foot senior guard, number 22, Evan Weitzel. A 6-foot junior forward, number 32, Zach Todd. And a 5'10" senior forward, number 34, Jesus Cardoza. Assisted by the chairman of the board, Brent Dowling. The head coach of the Warriors in the next season is the magician, John McLaughlin. Let's play basketball.
And there you have it, folks. We'd like to welcome you in to Richard E. Johnson Gym. As many of you are tuning in, maybe turning over from another channel and coming in, don't worry. Murder, She Wrote will be seen in its entirety after the broadcast of this basketball game. Getting ready for tip here at K. Saunders Court. See exactly what we're rolling with here to start. A lot of people trying to get home. We've got 51 in the online right now, and it's climbing. Getting ready for Indiana high school basketball right here in Gaston, Indiana. And the tip's off. And, Coach, we got it.
Union comes out in a 2-3 zone.
I was just going to ask, what do we got here? Into the corner, there's downtown Dowling, and it's good. And the first one is a shout-out to his family in Ohio that's watching. Downtown Dowling for 3, and he gets us on the board. And I have not started anything, Coach. I haven't started the clock. I haven't started anything. I'm getting too excited. Here we are in the trap.
Coming out in our 1-2-2 Fury look.
That's inside and taken away, and that's the Todd father. He's got it, and he's attacking. Get in there, Harlan. He's going to get called for a travel. And it went in, folks, so even though we traveled, we'll take the shots going in. And Union now trying to get things figured out. as we are again in that fury pressure. Might have been a travel there, but they didn't call. Jump shot there is by number 4. It's off. Rebound to Cardoza. Kick out to Weitzel. And it's good. Weitzel for 2, and Coach, he's got one more at the line here. Nice little play there.
Yes, and that's our game. We like to try to pick up the pressure on defense, and once we get a turnover or a rebound, we're looking to push. And Jesus did a good job of kicking it up to Evan, who was able to finish there.
Weitzel will try to hit the and one, and just misses that one. And there's a trap again, and Jesus, they're all over the place tonight, Coach, and they're going to get a travel and a basketball back over to the Warriors. I like the energy.
Yes, defense is moving our feet, and after Madison Grant, that was an emphasis from Coach McLaughlin, was to really pick up the pressure on defense.
Kick pass to Dowling down. Nice play. They screen that inside, and there is the Todd Father. I really like that play.
Yeah, ball goes to the corner. We do a good job of screening that middle of the zone, and Zach roll under the bucket.
And we get another steal there. And that's Weitzel in, and a little too fancy on the Iceman scoop there. Joel Dowling cleans it up, though. And it's 9-0. I like our start so far. And Coach Carmody wants a timeout there. What do you think, Coach? Good start in the Fury?
That's exactly how you want to draw it up. You know, we're aggressive on defense. We're one and done on the few shots they've taken. We've gotten deflections, and we've turned our defense into offense. So it's always good when our shooter, Joel, knocks down his first shot.
Absolutely.
And being aggressive with Evan getting to the rim. So you got to like the start here if you're the Warriors.
And I like the fact that we've got a student section. They're into the game. It may not be a big one, but they're into the game, and the band's playing. And every week it seems like we get closer and closer to some normalcy here at Wes-Del. So I really like it because I can't wait till it's all over and we're back to a packed house here. And many of you watching there in YouTube or IHSATV.org will be back in here in the gym. So we're back under play here in the first quarter. Still in the trap. That's a nice spin move. Just missed. Rebound out to Weitzel. Tipped around, and then he gets it. And here comes Hollywood Harlan straight to the basket for 2 more. It's an 11-0 run to start the basketball game here at Wes-Del. Nice trap right there. And taken away by Zach Todd. He's got numbers ahead. See what he's got. A nice move right there, and just missed it. And cleaned up there by Weitzel, and he can't make it. I like the energy, though, and I like the attacking. We've talked about it. There's Zach Todd again. Nice pass. I don't know how he even saw him.
I don't know. And they made it through there.
I had no idea that he even saw Harlan over on his left, and he made that pass and threaded the needle, and it definitely threaded the needle. And there's another steal, and they're out running again. Now this is the Weitzel. Easy layup. 2 more. Coach Carmody says, I've seen enough again, and he needs to talk it over. So that is his second timeout here, and it's going to be a full timeout. So we're going to take a quick 30-second break here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. Hurry up, grab some popcorn, get back in your seats. We'll be right back. And we're back at it. And actually, we just requested some drinks from Mr. Purdue because, folks, he's not doing anything, and he needs to do something. So we need some drinks. If anybody has his phone number, text him, Let him know. Harlan with the steal, and that one gets through there tipped. He won't get the assist, and they didn't go up with it anyway. Nice look there by Weitzel. Weitzel puts it on the floor. Nice dump down to Jesus. Jesus is up and good. So we're all over the place, but I like it. And Coach Carmody telling them exactly where he wants them, and here comes the trap again, and they're going to get a foul. And they called the hand check, and okay. I think it got to the point in the game where you had to call something. It was just going too good. And there's a save. What a save by Harlan. And here comes Jesus Cardoza. A nice dump down, and they're going to get Jesus for the charge.
Yeah, right idea there by Jesus.
It was a charge,
yeah.
but, this guy, all of a sudden, he's calling everything. I'm starting early. Need my Dr. Pepper. Haven't called anything for almost 4 minutes. And
hopefully somebody's let Mr. Purdue know.
Well, I saw him leave, but that doesn't mean anything. He could be going to his car. And we got a jump ball.
Looks like he's got a couple drinks in his hand, so maybe somebody got a hold of him.
Well, it's a miracle. 17-0, folks, 4:10 to go. It says 4:14 on our clock, but it's actually 4:10. That one inbounded, and it's stolen away, but lost out of bounds by Zach Todd. And they're getting ready to inbound this one. Under their own basket, and that one bobbled and knocked out of bounds, and it's going to go to Wes-Del. And Coach calls out Michigan State. Let's see what they run here. And it's to Dowling. He's got one up, and it's just off.
We got a special message from Mr. Purdue. He said you might want to wait a while before you open that up.
Yeah. Well, he might.
Might want to check his email before Monday.
Yeah, he might want to check his mailbox, so it might be a pink slip. And we've got a little foul there on that's going to be on Zach. No, not Zach Todd. That's on Jesus Cardoza. And here comes a substitution, number 3, Carson Ashley in for Jesus. So we get to see Carson early here, some early minutes. Again, we're still at 17-0. So a 17-0 run to start the first quarter here. And that one thrown out of bounds and to the Warriors. And Mason Cox is going to check in too. We're going to get some quick substitutions. He's in here for Weitzel.
Number 40, Mason Cox.
And here we go. Coach again calling out. They pin right here. Yep. And that's Mason, and he spun right into it, and it's good for Zach Todd.
Yeah, great screen there by Mason Cox.
Yeah, a lot of credit goes to Mason because he did do exactly what he's supposed to. Nice spin move right there, and that's in. I like it. That is Champ Ellis. He's the senior, and he was spinning all over, and he gets the foul. I don't know who he called the foul on. I think Mason Cox. They got Mason Cox for that one.
Ellis is going to be aggressive. It was only one game, but when you score 31 and get 10 rebounds there, you've done something right in a high school basketball game.
Yeah. I never scored 31. I can tell you that much.
Oh.
When I had the ball, they usually told me not to shoot.
Even in my years coaching, I was happy if our team got 31.
Yeah, oh, believe me. Another nice little seal there, and there's Zach Todd again. It's 21-3 now. And the Wes-Del Warriors are coming out firing on all cylinders, and that one's kicked, knocked out of bounds, and it's 3:06 to go. Well, I will say this. The Warriors like to score points, and they're starting to put up quite a few right now.
Yes. Gets us.
Hey, the family's here. I tell you what, half the time I wish they'd get on the mic instead of you. Coach Hanson's family's here. There's a nice steal by Zach Todd. See what we've got here. He goes up with it, and he's good. So 6 that I know of, 6 straight points for Zach Todd and Coach Carmody. He's going to use another one. He might have to buy a couple at halftime.
Yeah. Well, usually we can load him a couple probably.
Yeah. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay here. You might want to say hi to. I like that mask, though. Is that a Barbie mask? That's nice. 23-3 as I have a little chat with the youngest of the Hansen family.
Yeah, the oldest is over there. She's ingrained with the cheerleaders. So.
That's not surprising. She's absolutely enamored with the cheerleaders, and why not? They do an excellent job. (23-3), and here comes the Union Rockets out of their timeout. And Carlos Artiega in there. So it's Oh, nice again by Champ Ellis. He lost it, but it was a nice behind the back. And there's a nice dump down to Joel Dowling. So Harlan to Dowling for 2 more. And so it's Artiega, Ashley, Dowling, Harlan, and Cox. And there's Dowling with a steal. Should be an easy layup for 2. And there it is. Joel Dowling gets 2 more. It's 27-3. And Coach Carmody, I'm going to give Coach Carmody credit, though. He doesn't give up at any point, and he's out there coaching them through this, and we've got to travel.
Yeah, and he's teaching the right things. You can hear him say they're trying to get the ball in the middle of our zone. He's getting guys in the right position.
Well, Coach, I'm going to tell you right now, I've been on this side of it. I've been where he's been before. I've had some teams.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you this much. You learn a lot when you're having to struggle through some of those games. You really do. There's Dowling, downtown Dowling for 3, in and out. And rebounded by Union, and they're in transition here. Into the corner, and they're going to have an aggressive trap there and we got a foul on White. And they call that on Carlos Artiega. Carlos is probably as shocked as I am. But Union will get it on the side here. And no one. All right. That tipped away. Carson Ashley with the steal. Up and missed that one. Number 12 is, that's Gage Rice out there. So Gage handling things, and he gets it over to Braden Adams. Adams gets it inside, but it's tipped away by Mason Cox. Cox has it in transition. It's up for 2 and good. Cox extends it to a 29-3 Warrior lead here in the first quarter. And there's a steal by Harlan. Harlan, nice little dump down. Kick over to Carlos Artiega, and he's on the board. So it's 31-3 now. And now Coach pulls him back. And I like that. I like that call there. He pulls it back in. And there's Ellis with the ball. And he can hit that. And just about had it. There's Harlan. Now pushing. There's that dribble we talk about, that inside-outside dribble with the one hand. Just off. Mason Cox with the rebound. Nice pass to Ashley, and nice. Caught that midair and just put it right in. Nice pass from Mason. Mason's had some nice plays. The ceiling there and the Michigan State, and then that pass right there was a beauty. Skip there to number 22, and there's Harlan. He's got time. And that's out of bounds. And we got 1 second, and it's going to be Union's basketball. Number 32 coming into the ball game. That's Noah Powers for the Union Rockets. Let's see what they can do here. See if Ellis can throw this in, and it is going to be Wes-Del ball now. They threw it across there. A little miscommunication.
Yeah, he was trying to lead him up the floor. Unfortunately, I don't think the player was with him. But for us, we're going to have an opportunity here on the ball out of bounds with 1 second.
Yeah, we do. Right here on the side. Let's see what happens. Can Dowling get it? Oh, he just about did. So there you go. 33-3 at the end of 1. We are going to take a bit of a break here, get a drink, be back with you for the start of the second quarter on the Wes-Del Sports Network. Hey, we are back here, and I want to tell you something that we had in a moment there. I want to give a shout-out to Mike Dowling, and I haven't made a change yet because I want to own it. Who was that?
Carson Ashley for
Carson
3.
Ashley for 3. Okay, so I've got to fix the score, but it's completely wrong for an entire quarter. So Mike Dowling, the observant Warrior fan that he is, along with probably 60 others that I haven't looked at in the chat, realized that whole quarter we put the Warrior score on the Union side. Long story to just get to the fact that I was screwing up the entire time. But I'm going to wait till a break because I wanted to own it. There's a steal. And here comes Weitzel. And once we get a dead ball, I'm going to correct it. And we're going to get one right here. So the correction is easy. It should be 38-3. And now we've got it. Oh, my apologies to everybody in Warrior Nation. I don't even know what I was doing. Coach, that's your fault.
It's all right. Well, hey.
Come on, I mean.
Yeah, I was supposed to catch that. My bad.
But of all the Warrior fans to have to text me, it had to be Mike. So, anyway, I appreciate it. And I hope his little one's doing good. He has a new one at home. I know his son, Jack, is so proud. He actually shared that he had a little brother on his Zoom back when we did some e-learning. So, shout out to Jack. I hope you're watching, Jack. Congratulations on being a big brother. That's a good-looking free throw right there.
Yes, there's a strong take to the rim, too, to get to the free throw line.
Braden Adams. I've been impressed with him so far. And there's a substitution into the game for Union. I believe that's Eli Wesley. Another good free throw. And it's 39-5. I think I've got it right now. We hope. We've got some really, really gracious fans showing me a little great. What do they got here? They're going to get Mason.
Yeah, it looks like a moving screen.
No, they got Carlos, yep, for a moving screen. Man, that guy is really thorough. He's giving us a clear call there.
Yep, no free throws.
I'm fearing looking at the chat at YouTube at this point to see how many people were yelling at me in the first quarter that the score was wrong. Oh, nervousness. I like this Ellis kid. He said he had 31 and 10 against Purdue.
Yeah, he had 31 points in his first game.
That's impressive. Look at that rebound.
There's
right over. And Mason tried to get the charge there. Here comes the Todd father in attack mode. Oh, Jesus thought about it. Nice pass cross court. Just a little high. Carson puts it on the floor. That was a beauty right there. You like that, Coach? The one dribble jump shot.
Yeah, shot fake. Caught it great. One dribble shot.
Textbook.
And a great find by Jesus when he attacked to the middle.
So just about 6 minutes to go here, and it's 41-5. And there's Ellis again. That's a nice looking shot. He's got the ability to do that. You score 31, like you said. You've got the ability to hit some of those. So nice three-pointer by Ellis. And if you're just tuning in, it is nice jump shot by Jesus. I like that. Jesus Cardoza makes it 43-8. And if you're just tuning in, it is on the floor. Cardoza, Weitzel, Ashley, Zach Todd, and Mason Cox. Coach, we've sucked back down now. We're not doing that extended trap, the Fury.
Yeah.
He hits another one. Yeah. Hand in his face. Hand in Ellis's face, and he buries his second consecutive three. So that'll get you back in ball games if you can hit shots like that.
Yeah, and he's a volume shooter. Shot 28 field goal attempts to get the first game.
I'm going to there. Jesus gets that was a nice little flare screen there, cleaned up by Mason Cox. And I've really been impressed with Mason tonight. He's done some things that have really looked good as far as, running that Michigan State ceiling, getting some offensive rebounds, putbacks.
Yeah, Mason's a kid that knows his role. He's going to do what he's supposed to do and plays within himself.
Zach Todd with the rebound, and here we go. We're going to run that Michigan State one more time, folks. Here comes the seal screen, and right into Zach Todd. And up, just missed it. And a nice block inside. I think that might have been either Ellis or Adams on that. And there's a third, and he hits it. 9 straight points for Champ Ellis. And he's got, they've got guys with great names too. Memphis, McCaffrey, and Champ Ellis. I mean, it's not Daniel Hansen, but those are good names. There's Zach Todd going in, and Ellis said return to sender. And here comes Hollywood and Downtown into the game. They're going to replace Weitzel and Cox. So Coach is shuffling them in and out, and you like to see that. A lot of guys getting a lot of minutes. And we got, I don't know what exactly happened there. And it looks like it's Zach Todd.
It's like a finger.
Did it happen?
I'm not sure. I missed it. I don't know if it was between or.
Well, there's a couple things that he's been dealing with a little bit here. Downtown for 3. There's Downtown Dowling right out of the out-of-bounds play. And he extends it to 48-14. Downtown's found the shot again tonight. That's a good sign. You like that.
Yes, absolutely. Speaking of finding a shot.
My goodness.
Volleyball line.
Champ Ellis from the volleyball line.
He just keeps moving back.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
There's Downtown. And he's right back.
Old-fashioned three-point contest.
I think they're going to bring down the old 100-point bucket here in a minute. Yeah, it is. Let's see. Here's another one on the way. That's good. Oh, I thought that one was going to. There's Harlan. And he kicks it back. Has he got another one? Oh.
It's a great look.
Yeah, it was.
Great pass by Harlan there, too, to get a shooter in rhythm.
I'm telling you right now, if they don't give it to Champ, he just needs to pull it right now. Nice look. And Price, he traveled there, but, I like the kid. He's looking to get his teammates involved, and, there he is throwing them in from the volleyball line. I just really like that kid. I like their whole team. They're playing hard.
Yeah, and that's a credit to the coach. Like you said, kids are coming out, trying to do the right thing and playing hard.
Yep.
That's what high school sports are for.
And they're trying to get Joel again, and nice defense there to recognize where he was. A skip pass. Oh, nice thought right there by Carson Ashley to just, while he's in the air, bounce that inside. And there was Harlan, couldn't make it work, but Carson had the right idea.
Yes, great, unselfish basketball.
Here they go, another 3 on the way. And that one made it rain. Eli Wesley, and quickly, they've hit 4 or 5 threes here in this second quarter, and they've got 20. And there's Dowling again, just short. Great rebound inside by Carlos Artiega, and he puts it back in. Carlos Artiega with the offensive rebound and the putback, and he extends the lead 53-20. So here they get it in. They're doing trying to get a lot of inside out there. And now Weitzel will come in and give Jesus a breather. So without your JV guys, that's some of your subs, Coach.
Yeah, and I think you see on the end of the bench there tonight.
There's Harlan.
Got some younger guys up too as well, so Coach is obviously planning ahead and rotating all those older guys right now and getting some good minutes. It's early in the year, so like you said too, coming back, got a big game tomorrow night.
Yeah, big one tomorrow night with Monroe Central. I didn't happen to see the schedule and see if they're in action tonight. They may be. Usually they are too. And here they're going to set it up. Wes-Del's going to get a little bit more detailed here with what they're running, try to get things set up. That into
Union changed it up as well, too. They came out of their 2-3 zone, one little man.
That one was into Carlos, just knocked away. And now they're out of bounds underneath. Let's see what they get out of this. Nice play. Weitzel just couldn't hit it. Ooh, yeah, he kind of had to call it. He looked at it like, I don't know. And then he called it. And Zach Todd back out of the training room, so he's going to – I bet you don't see much more of Zach Todd tonight because he's had a couple bangs, injuries here and there. And Evan Weitzel there with the reverse layup makes it 57-20. And that's inside. Nice little jumper on the way. And good. Noah Powers, number 32 there with the about a 12-footer. And he's going to hold for one, his coach. Eric's, looks like he's going to do a little 1-4 low and try to attack. And he does and just misses it, and it's tipped up. Missed by Dowling. And reestablished himself, and Harlan can't get that one to go. And that one's how it ends. So it's 57-22 here once we got the scoreboard correct. And it's halftime at Richard E. Johnson. We're going to take an extended break and keep the video on, the audio off. We'll be back with you here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. All right, welcome back. Those of you watching, we had 62 tonight at last count. About a minute or so left in the second quarter. May have more now, may not. Hopefully you're comfortable. Really, temperature-wise, great day.
Absolutely, yeah. It was nice. After school, I was able to run around, took a few things outside. And
I bet you went to the baseball field. Did you go to the baseball field?
Well, I had to take some stuff out, and the weather's not looking great for next week, so I figured
you better do it now.
I better do it now before I'm out there in the snow.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Coach, it's about 4 minutes to go before they get the second half started, and you've got the stats there. Break it down for us for the Warriors. How did the first half look?
Well, offensively, we were led, as we talked about, by Joel Dowling. He had 15, so he hit 3 threes. And there we had a balanced scoring after Joel. So Carson Ashley had 7, Eric Carlin had 6, Carlos Artiega had 4, Evan Weitzel 9, Zach Todd 8, Jesus Cardoza 4, and Mason Cox 4. So
it looks like everybody's gotten the act so far.
Yes.
And 4, I don't know if you had a chance to look at the other side, did you?
Yeah, Ellis led them with 15. Obviously, there he had 4 threes and I think about 4 possessions.
Yeah, and each time it was one step further back. It seemed like there.
So he had 15 for them. So, and we were pretty balanced. Obviously, we come out of the gate 33 in the first quarter and 24 in the second. So.
Yeah, it was. So look to see probably pretty much of the same. Second half, though, I have a feeling Coach is going to pull us back into that flattened out 3-2. Now, the other thing you've got to understand is whether you've got this big lead or not, it could always go away. It's Indiana high school basketball. Anything could change. But then secondly, you've got a big one tomorrow night, so you have to be careful about how much you really shift exactly what you're doing. You don't want to, we've been there. You've been there as a coach. You really don't want to take yourself out of what you're preparing for tomorrow. In fact, if you maintain your lead here, you're going to try to prepare for exactly what you're looking for tomorrow, aren't you?
Yes, absolutely. Well, first and foremost, you want to win tonight. But, you always are as a coach. You're coaching the whole season and every night. So you're going to look at tomorrow and preparing. But, we do have some young guys tonight. I look for minutes and controlling that. But like you said, you're always going to work on things. I'm sure Coach is going to work on stuff defensively here. Maybe it's not trapping at half court, but maybe it's something else that feels like is going to be important as the year goes on as well, too. So, look for those things here in the second half.
And it's the same thing for Union. They're going to try to figure some things out, run this more like a practice situation, try to get things figured out, unless they make the run. And if they make the run, then, you just adapt and you move from there. I'll tell you who isn't going to make a run at any time, and that's going to be Adam Purdue. Right now he's sitting cross-legged by himself on a chair over by the wall, and there's good reason for that. Number one, he has very few friends. And number two, he's not doing anything of any production, so no one really wants to sit by him anyway. And he can't bring any value to any conversation. So those are a couple of reasons why that's happening. I want to give a shout-out to the band tonight because we haven't had them all year long so far, and we have them tonight, and they are absolutely fantastic as they're starting up the school song now. Felt like they had a shortened halftime. I know it was the same amount of time, but, boy, it didn't feel like they had a lot of time. So get a shot of them over there. There they are. There you are, folks, the pride, marching pride of the Mid-Eastern Conference. No better band in the land. And there's Dr. Driscoll out in front. So it's not Richard E. Johnson and the atmosphere we like without the Warrior Band. We have about 30 seconds here. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to get back into the action in the third quarter. Make sure you run to the refrigerator, get a drink, get something to eat, and get back in place. About 30 seconds from the third quarter. All right, here we go. Third quarter action. Buckle up. I want to give a shout out to the girls basketball program. Big win earlier this week over Cambridge City, Lincoln. And the other thing was, I don't know if people have seen this on viral on Twitter, but I believe it was Gracie Gillen who threw in about a three-quarter one-handed shot, and that's gotten 10,000 views out there on Twitter. And there's Weitzel trying to get us going, and he does. Did you see that shot?
I did. It was definitely about three-quarter court, and the interesting thing was I thought the reaction of the other Warriors.
Oh, very calm, like we do it every day.
Yes.
And we do. Three-quarter court shots are a staple for the Lady Warriors.
Like you said, though, did get the likes of Greg Doyle and some other Twitter.
Some big-timers. And while we were talking there, Champ Ellis with 2. And extends his scoring tonight into 17. Cox with a nice screen to get downtown Dowling open. Now here's Hollywood going to work. And he's up and good. So Hollywood Harlan makes it 61-24. Sorry, Coach, what do you got?
Well, just one other note here. You mentioned there before half, like the Mason Cox here starts. Looks like Zach Todd starts the second half.
He's been trying to milk a little bit of a foot injury, I believe. Ooh, that lost his footing there was Adams. Good sportsmanship by Jesus to help him up. I see your daughters over there again walking. It looks like, I'm going to guess, to the concession stand.
Oh, yeah. That's a popcorn.
It's a popcorn run.
Yep. I mentioned
no better popcorn than Kai Denny's popcorn.
Absolutely.
And here we are. Nice cut there by Joel. Got a little under the basket on that one. A nice feed there from Weitzel. And here comes Adams attacking Weitzel. Almost a double dribble. And now Harlan has it to Dowling. Dowling streaking. Good hustle by Champ Ellis. But Joel Dowling adds to his scoring tonight as he gets it to 63-24. 6 minutes. A little over that to go here in the third. And as we mentioned at halftime, we are back in that 3-2. Kind of flattened out a little bit, not getting too far out there. And Coach Carmody wants a timeout. And that's a full timeout, so we're going to take a quick timeout here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. And you can hear the voice of the Warriors, Coach Biff Wilson, giving shout out to our Warrior cheerleaders. We want to give a shout out to the Warrior cheerleaders. We appreciate their hard work each and every night as they come to the gym for the support of our Warriors in also the field when they're in football season. Coach getting them out of the timeout here, Coach McLaughlin. I believe that's Coach Carmody has one timeout left. So he may phone a friend. Ask for an extra. And almost knocked away there by Weitzel as they inbound it. Now that one is kind of poked away. Ooh, that was quite a collision.
Yeah, good to see both players are getting up.
Well, I'm telling you what, Jesus was usually on the end of those in football. There were some hits that he definitely laid out some people. So you don't want to run into him. Handoff here going to Dowling. He tried to get it out to Weitzel. Here's Weitzel, puts it on the floor. Jesus. Nice pass. Screen and roll there, Coach.
Yes, great roll by Mason. Starts with the screen and great find by Jesus.
That's a classic basketball right there, the old screen and roll. Now I'm starting to sound like everybody that I don't want to sound like. Starting to sound like all the old timers. The old screen and roll. I will say this, it always works. There's a steal by Jesus. Good decision to take it in, and Ellis fouls there, but they're right there to help him up. So going to the line for two will be Jesus.
Union foul on number 40, Champ Ellis. Jesus Cardozo will
I would be remiss to not mention the best-looking guy in brown is here again tonight. Scott Stafford. Nobody pulls off brown quite like that guy. And the bad thing is he can't wear that tomorrow night.
That's right. He's got to.
Yeah, he'd be supporting Monroe Central. Yeah. Nice rebound by Mason Cox. And it's 68-24.
I think the real question is Coach McLaughlin going to keep wearing that mask tomorrow night?
I'm glad you pointed that out. I was waiting for that to come up. That's the worst mask in the land. Not only is it a bad mask because it's a Cardinals mask. Sorry, Cardinals fans. But it is absolutely the worst, without a doubt, mask that I have seen. It's got the weirdest band strap situation. He wears it half the time because he's usually barking out orders. Harlan there. We're all over the place right now. Nice quick pass by Dowling to Weitzel. Harlan throws at the quarterback at him, throws at the length, and there's the receiver, Dowling, and he quickly bounces it down to Weitzel. Heads up play there. But back to the mask. His wife doesn't like the mask. That tells you everything. That's time to change. And there's a run out, and that is Eric Harlan. 72-24 at this point. So I think at this point we should just have Warrior Nation design the next mask for Coach McLaughlin. We should have a competition. There's a steal by Jesus. And just can't get that one to go, so he'll go line for two. Maybe we should have the elementary kids, that'd be an art project. Just give them a template. Say, here, Coach McLaughlin needs a new mask. You know what? I'm coming up with an idea right now.
Yeah, well, we got connection there with Coach Knuckles, so maybe he can.
Yeah, Coach Knuckles down there, the assistant principal, dean of students. Get him working on that. Who can design Coach McLaughlin's next mask? Which Warrior student can make it happen? I wish I knew somebody that had the pole around here to make something like that happen.
Or the art skills, the background.
Yeah, that may have been a former art teacher. I don't know. There's a good one. 73-24 now. 3:40 to go. I also want to mention we've got injuries all over the place with the basketball team. Did you hear what happened to Coach Dowling?
I did.
Yeah.
I was pregame. I was walking out in the foyer and I saw him.
Yeah, Weitzel there for two after the steal. But, yeah. So they were moving a mirror is what the story goes. And the mirror, pretty large mirror, and the mirror broke. And when it broke, they were trying to get it in the back of a dump truck or something. And it broke, and it sliced open his knee. 10 stitches, I heard. And he can't quite, where it's at. And there's that one didn't go in. But good rebound. Dowling steps back, thought about the three. Gets a nice pass, and there's Carlos, and he scores. Carlos Artiega for two more. But anyway.
Yeah, I said it was 10 stitches down to the bone.
Yeah, guy can't.
Pretty deep.
I'm surprised he's got to stick that leg out there. And so we got quarantine. We got coaches. Coaches are injured. That is 2020 summed up perfectly.
Austin Abbott checks in for Union.
A lot happening. Austin Abbott comes in number 50 for Union now. And Carlos almost had that one. Here's Ellis. Nice move to the basket. And Champ makes it 77-26 now. Jesus going to hit that. Ooh, I was going to say he felt it. Nice running after his own rebound. And it looks like Coach is going to set up a set play here and try to run a little offense. Nice take by Joel Dowling right there. One hard dribble, put the head down, and he was going. Nobody was stopping him. 79-26 now. Shout out to Pam Meyer-Fisher. She's in the YouTube world watching tomorrow. She's going to be here in person here in Richard E. Johnson Gym watching that Monroe Central game. We're excited to see you here. Nice block there by Ellis as that one goes out of bounds. And Jesus and Weitzel will head to the bench, and Harlan and Cox will come back in. Carson Ashley's also in there now. We didn't mention him. So it's Artiega, Ashley, Dowling, Cox, and Harlan. There's a nice little inbounds play. And there is Carson Ashley for 3. And that's 82-26 now. That one's going to be knocked away, and here comes Harlan. Behind the back to Joel Dowling. And that's why they call him Hollywood. A little behind the back there, and he made some – he actually got it from football season because he made some stuff happen in football that gave him that nickname from our guest last week, Brian the Janitor. Did we get a 30-second timeout there from Wes-Del? Got a lot of comments about Brian the Janitor. He had a nice interview last week. I don't know who we'll get. Maybe we'll get Officer Stafford tomorrow.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Well, it's not a good one, but it's somebody.
Yeah, it'll be a good one.
You know, he did a few, if you really want to know whether he's good or not, he did a few middle school games with me in football. And you can find those on the Wes-Del Sports Network. They're archived.
Yeah. And
then you can decide whether you're going to mute the halftime tomorrow. We'll ask him. We'll see if he wants to come up. I also want to talk to the Goose, Ed Giesman. I want to get him up here. He got to talk the other night about his game, but they are 3-6. And some people might be saying, what's so exciting about 3-6? Well, I'll tell you what's so exciting about it. We haven't been at 3-6 in years, and that means we're turning the program around. Look at that. Champ Ellis from deep. And he hits another one. It's 84-29. Anyway, back to the girls, the Lady Warriors. They have really made strides in the last few years and big-time strides this year. So it'd be nice to have Goose. But we might talk to old Stafford. Maybe we'll talk to both of them. I like that we're trying to run some stuff here and trying to work on cutting and moving and trying to run this clock down. And there's Harlan. And he hits it. We had the awkward pause there, folks, and our clock was off. Mr. Hanson, we got the awkward pause out of the way, but we let the crowd hear all the action here on Kay Saunders Court. So that's the end of the third quarter, 86-29. We'll be back with you here shortly on the Wes-Del Sports Network. All right, we're back here. Listening to a little Run DMC. And trying to look at our roster here. There's a couple people we have never mentioned that I want to mention. And so I'm going to do that right now as we get started. And we've got some young guys out there.
Yes.
So a couple of freshmen. Actually, 3 freshmen. We got Corbin Price, Jack Rooker, Ty Freeman, and then they're in there with Carson Ashley and Mason Cox. So you've got a couple of seniors, and there, as you see, Carson is trying to tell them, this is where I need you to be. This is a big opportunity for a couple of freshmen. All right. three freshmen. I mean, they see if we can get a score out of this. A nice job by there was Freeman. Freeman with the rebound, and Ty Freeman with his first two varsity points, and those are always fun.
Yes.
He's got a big grin on his face, and he's locked in. But you know what he's saying? He's saying, I like this quarantine stuff.
Yeah, good for him. It was a great position there and a putback.
Yeah.
Those are 2 points I'll always remember.
2 points right there for Ty Freeman. See if we can get the other guys involved here. And you got to guard him. Coach is like, who you got? I can tell you something. Oh, nice job by Corbin Price there. Tying up Ellis as he comes through the lane there. And it stays with Union. Anyway, the two people I want to mention are the managers from the basketball team, Alexis Hart and Emmy Justin. They are phenomenal managers and really phenomenal kids. And a lot of credit always to the parents on that, but they are fantastic. They're not listening. I'm not surprised. They would tell me they're not going to listen to me talk. But I just want to give a shout-out to them, maybe if their parents are out there. They do a fantastic job, especially, you know what's hard? And hey, Freeman wants it now. The two are out of the way. Now let's just keep adding to it. Hey, he needs 996 more to be a 1,000-point scorer.
Yeah, he's got a great start here.
He does.
2 minutes into his career, and he's got 4 points.
And there is, that one's knocked away, and it's off of Mason Cox. But anyway, it's hard to be a manager right now. I want to get to stress that. They also did some managing during football because of all the restrictions. They have to monitor all those water bottles. They have to see who's using what towel. They have to do all those things, and it's the list goes on, and there's just the two of them, and they're at every practice, obviously. They're at every game, and they just are doing a tremendous job. So I want to give them credit. Here's Price. Let's see if he can get on. What I like to see is you can tell that Mason and Carson are trying to get those guys the ball. And there's Mason with a nice take. It's always fun to see those older guys trying to get those younger guys the ball and get them in there and get their first varsity points. I mean, I think they're more excited for those guys to score than they are for themselves.
And that just goes back to that family, that team atmosphere that Coach McLaughlin is.
I tell you what, you've been on it lately. Last night, you used small school, big opportunities, and I couldn't get the grin off my face at your presentation when you did that. You just got a raise. And then tonight you bring the family, Oh, there's Jack Rooker with his first varsity steal.
Pushes ahead there for Freeman.
Freeman is, that one he got a little excited. So did all the guys on the bench. They were jumping around. Oh, that's a deep one for Adams. A rebound there is Corbin Price. But here's Carson trying to see what Coach wants as he brings it down here.
Slow it up here and run some things. Move.
And there's Rooker. Puts it on the floor. Nice take. That is, I'll tell you what. You can do that in the NBA.
Yeah, it was the right idea.
Yeah. An extra jump stop. Try it. See if they let you get it.
Sometimes you can get away with it.
You never know. Champ Ellis trying to get through there, and they're going to get. I think they're going to get Freeman. Nope, they're going to get Corbin Price.
Wes-Del foul, number 14, Corbin Price.
92-31. You guys getting pizza? Is it pizza night at the Hanson household after this?
Honestly, I have no idea.
There's Ellis again, man. I tell you what, that kid, he can shoot it.
I don't know. As many trips my daughter's made to the concession stand. It
Yeah.
might just be me by myself.
I think, it might be peanut butter and jelly tonight for you. Everybody's going to kind of wonder what they're going to do with themselves getting out of here so early. If any of the JV guys are out there watching, Rooker. And there's Freeman, and he's going to go to the line for two. I thought Rooker had a three there and looked good out of the hands. Jesus is going to come in again, but I was going to say if any of the JV guys are out there watching, we miss you. Wish you were here. Hopefully we don't have to do much more of the quarantine. That one just almost rolled in for him.
Wes-Del substitution. Jesus Cardoza returns.
Jesus replaces Carson Ashley. Carson, nice job leading those young guys. And there's Ty. He just misses that second one, too. Free throws are hard when you're a freshman and you're in a varsity game. Your knees are probably knocking, even if it's not a tight game. Look at Ellis. This is going in, too.
Oh.
Yep. Telling you this kid can shoot, and he might have 30 in this one.
Yeah, I can see how he got 31.
92-37 now. Everybody at home watching. Rooker there trying to handle. And Adams, there's a foul, and he'll go to the line.
Wes-Del foul on number 25.
They're going to get Jack Rooker for that one, number 25. Best number there is. What number were you?
10.
Brayton Adams will shoot 2.
You look like a 10. Is that your number and everything? Wasn't your number in football, was it?
It was.
10?
Yeah.
Were you the quarterback?
No, I was running back.
Oh. Were you like the running back in the game, or were you a guy that ran back and forth to get the tee?
Yeah. No, it was one of the 3 running backs.
Oh. I'll stop. I won't ask anymore.
Yeah. Those were many years ago.
Yeah. Well, not as many as mine were a long time ago, my athletic career. There it was to Freeman. Oh, that time. Corbin Price, though, nice hustle to get back in there and get it back to him. Ty's kind of like, all right, I've had enough goes at this. There's Rooker. Oh. Thought maybe he was going to get that one. He hit the deck hard, though. Jack's got a lot of length to him. I mean, he's gotten a lot taller.
Yeah, he's a kid in the hallway. Every time I see him, I feel like he's taller.
Corbin Price, they're trying. I'm telling you, each one of them are trying, and they can't get it to go. Nice take by Jesus, and he actually was right there and pulled it back out. Hey, and that's a 3 for Corbin Price. And his first points in the varsity basketball game are a 3-pointer. And Carlos can't get the smile off his face. He loves seeing the kids that get that excited for each other.
Wes-Del foul on number 34, Jesus Cardoza.
So Jesus with the foul, and he'll be out of bounds underneath. About 2:50 to go in the game. It's 95-38. There's a chance the Warriors might break that 100 mark. That might go in too, I'm telling you. Good job getting his own rebound, right back up with it. And that one's out of bounds. I think it's going to stay right there. Got to get that in. Ooh. He just got away with one there. Adams, nice spin move right there. Just can't get it to go. And Jack Rooker in there trying to get that rebound. And I kind of like the official letting him play that one through. There's Ty Freeman, and he gets kind of hit there. That's going to be bonus, I believe. I tell you what, something.
Union foul on number 40.
Something happened?
Well, I forgot to plug in the computer. So we almost lost it here, but it gave me a warning. So we're good. Hadn't been my best night, I can tell you that. That scoreboard snafu was.
We'll let it slide.
Well, the people in the chat won't, I'm telling you. I appreciate that. They don't let that go. They like their Warrior basketball, and they like it to be right. There's Freeman again. He's got 6, I think. Maybe 8.
Yeah.
97-38. And that's going to be an over and back, I think. I think they should put Coach's mask in because maybe it'll get hurt and go away.
Like you said, too, it's definitely not going to.
Have you seen one that has that many straps?
No.
And not only that, it has that many straps and it doesn't stay on his face.
Well, and it's pretty discreet, too, being a bright red.
Bright red with a Cardinals logo on it.
Looks like we might have
I gave him a Warrior one. I don't know what the deal is. I thought Rooker had that one. The people at home, I apologize. The conversation has started to fade a little bit here, but you can always hit mute. There's a nice rebound for Freeman. Here's Jesus, about a minute and 15 to go. Nice. Get in there, Jack. Call the foul. Give him some free throws. Get up there. There we go.
Good strong move there on the second chance.
Yeah.
Union foul on number 4, Britton Adams.
So,
Brooker will shoot 2.
let's see here. 59 seconds. I had it off a little bit there. And there it is. Jack Rooker gets his first varsity point as well. So these are guys off of the JV. No, they're off the C team, aren't they?
Yes.
Because the JV, well, yeah, the JV's quarantine. They're doing a heck of a job, too. And we've got just about 45 seconds. Price with a nice drive, splits them. And that's 100 points, and Corbin Price gets that. And that's kind of neat to see the C-team guys be the ones that get us over the threshold there, and everybody excited to see us get to 100. Everybody likes that. And if you're watching at home, we stayed out of the fury after the second quarter on, and we stayed pretty much in the half court defensively and offensively. Ran some stuff, so 9 seconds left here. And then, ladies and gentlemen, you'll have your regular programming. Be back. I don't know what's on. Miami Vice. Miami Vice will be seen right after the broadcast. There it is. 100-38 is your final right here from Richard E. Johnson Gymnasium. We'll have a couple players or a player and Coach McLaughlin back here after the game. So they're all great sportsmanship out in front, giving the wave and the old COVID wave, because not a lot of high fives, but Champ Ellis goes out there. Great player for Union. We'll be back with stats, then we'll be back with coach and a player here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. All right, I'm back here, and I'm going to give Coach Hansen some time as he's crunching the numbers. Want to appreciate and shout out to all 70. At one point, we're up to 72 in the at a 6 o'clock game on a Friday night. That's not easy. And we had 72 viewing, and we had a lot of people actually made it out tonight to the game. Appreciate that. But it was a big win for the Warriors. Final is 100-38. Some great opportunities for some young guys with the quarantine that happened with the JV. So we had a couple of young players that came in the ball game. We're getting a great shot there, Coach, of your daughter's ponytail. That is a fantastic ponytail. You're okay. And anyway, Corbin Price, Jack Rooker, and Ty Freeman were able to score their first varsity points, and those are big moments for anybody. And we were happy to see that. I know we're going to have some big-time stats with some of our other guys. I see you over there working on that. While we're doing that, I'll tell you about tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we will be back here again, probably about 5:30 is our estimated time to go live for the Wes-Del Warriors hosting Monroe Central. So that's our MEC matchup tomorrow night. And then that MEC bulk of our schedule continues as we next week will be on the road at Wapahani on Friday night and then back home here on Saturday night. And that back home game will actually be you and a guest. We'll leave that special guest for just that night so everybody can see because I'm going to be unavailable.
Yeah, it's a girls' varsity at 6 followed by the boys' varsity. So
I hate to be unavailable. My daughter has a virtual dance recital, and I have to actually do this type of thing for the dance recital. The only nice thing about the dance recital is they won't. Well, I tried to do play-by-play, but they won't let me do the play-by-play.
That's
and I don't have the right language. But anyway, what do you got over there as far as stats for the Warriors?
Well, Joel Dowling led us tonight with 21 points, 10 assists as well, 3 for 8 from the three-point line. Evan Weitzel, 15. Eric Carlin had 12, and he had his usual 7 assists, 5 rebounds, 5 steals. So fills up the stat line like normal. Mason Cox, 10. Carson Ashley, 10. Zach Todd tonight had his 8 and 5. Like we talked about, he played very limited minutes. Didn't get in the second half.
Not even half the game, and he still came out with 8 and 5. So
yeah. Jesus, 6. Carlos, 6. And then the freshman rounded out with Corbin Price, 5. Ty Freeman, 4. And Rooker, 3. So that's kind of it for the night. Some team stats. We had 28 assists, 23 steals, and 32 rebounds. So, obviously we did have a lot of runouts early on in the game there, so that, kind of helps the percentage there. But we were 45 of 73 from the field, so 61%. So,
good night for the Warriors.
Yeah, and 3-point, that was good too. We were 6 for 16, so 38% from the field. So, those are good high school numbers, and you'll take that on a nightly basis. But also want to give a shout out to Ellis for Union, who had 30 tonight. So,
so he comes off of the first game, 31, and so I'm going to guess he's averaging about 30.5.
Yes, yeah, he's going to be a player to watch this year for them. So
yeah,
played hard all game.
Yeah, I'm going to guess he'll be an all conference player for them. So it looks like we're going to have Mason Cox is going to climb up here with us, and so if you would do me a favor and get that microphone and that headset, and we'll get him set up here. You can if you can squeeze in, you can slide this stuff down. You can come right in here, and we'll get Mason set up. Give me a test there. See if that thing's working. Say it again. Talking to it again.
Hello.
There you are. We got you. And now you're probably only going to hear out of a certain side here. You won't hear the full-fledged, but at least you can hear us in there. All right. Can you hear?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
You guys are brave. Hey, you behave. Okay?
All right, we're joined with Mason Cox. And Mason, what do you think, first of all, about those C-team guys? I'm pretty lucky to get that quarantine moment. I said that Freeman, when he scored the first time, he had to be pretty thrilled about the fact. But the reason I ask you is I could tell the guys that were out there and all of you on the bench, everybody wanted them to get the ball and score. You've been, a freshman before, and maybe not the same opportunity, but it's a pretty neat opportunity, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we never got the opportunity when we were littler, but it just felt great to have them contribute to a massive win like this.
Right.
100 points. That's insane.
And you guys had 100 points. So what's that feel like to, first of all, the pandemic, you're going into the pandemic. You probably were like, I don't even know if I'm going to have a football season. I don't know if I'm going to have a basketball season. Here you are, 5th game into the basketball season. You got a whole football season in. And then you put 100 up here at Richard E. Johnson at home, one on YouTube, on IHSA TV, and in front of people. What did it feel like to get to that 100 point?
It felt crazy, like unreal. I never thought in a million years we could score 100.
Yeah.
I mean, we did.
Yeah,
and
cool. It was awesome. And now there's specifically some things I want to talk about you. Certain play, Michigan State. All right, there's a Michigan State, you have a big role to play a lot of times. Early on, the role isn't something people always pick up. But in Michigan State, you've got to screen and seal to be able to really get that person open. Now, if it goes the other side, it comes to you, and that person screens and seals. But you're a guy who actually takes pride in the role of screening and sealing. Mm-hmm. Sometimes a little too much extracurricular, and you get called for it. But tonight, Coach and I saw it. You made 2 really good screens and seals. You did it at Southern Wells for Zach several times. That just shows how much of a team player you are. So when you were asked to do things like that, your mindset, it doesn't bother you, does it? That's your role. You want to go in there and you want to do it, and you know what that is. So what's it feel like to be able to get that screen and it work and get that seal? It's almost as good as scoring for you, isn't it?
It feels great to watch my teammate be able to get wide open layups, wide open shots. It's almost the same as making a basket.
Absolutely.
It's just being a team player.
Yep, and you are the epitome of a team player. You, Carlos, some of the guys who come off the bench, Carson comes in, hits big threes. We've talked to him about that. But you came in and you got some big-time rebounds, which is your role. And I have seen a vast improvement in you in just the last 2 or 3 ball games. And you're going up strong. You're going up with confidence. And do you feel that? Do you feel a little change in yourself of, we know a couple years ago, I was in the gym with you, the fadeaway was something you were getting into a habit of. You don't see that this much anymore. Is that just something you've worked on?
Yes, I went to Joel's trainer, Dennis, and he helped me a lot. But these past couple games, I've just kind of been getting back into the groove with my knee and stuff. And it's just been healing. I've been doing a lot better.
And I know you were milking some issues with the knee, and now I think Zach's got a little bit of an issue with his foot that we're trying to get through too. And his finger now. Yeah, and then we got the quarantine issue. So a lot's been going on for you guys. Hard to practice without the JV being there because you need those extra bodies especially, but you also need that. JV plays like a scout team for you to get ready. Mm-hmm. You're getting ready for Monroe Central tomorrow night. Going to be completely different, than tonight. Nothing against Union, but just going to be a different ball game. Are you excited to play Monroe Central?
Very. It's going to be good competition, good game.
So everybody ought to be tuned in and ready to go tomorrow at 5:30 to get the. All right.
Oh yeah.
Well, I appreciate talking to you, and I'm going to head. I see Coach up here. By the way, we're asking, and we just want to know: does he have the worst mask of anyone you've ever seen?
Big time.
Okay. Thank you. All right, that was Mason Cox. We appreciate him stopping by. We're going to bring Coach in here. Mason had a great game. Here's Coach. Give him, he's going to stay up there, and I'll give you your mic. I think you can stretch it up there.
Yeah, I'll just bend over.
Yeah. Well, Coach, one of these, sometimes these are, and first of all, I want to talk about this. That Ellis kid can shoot.
Yeah, and you'd think we'd have a scouting report on that or something, but, our scouting report was get a hand up. Now, we're going to give him the first one, and he hit it. But in the next 3, we didn't seem to adjust very well.
To their credit to adjust, though, I think Coach Hansen will tell you, he was probably beyond the volleyball line.
He was.
And you don't how much at practice do you say, let's close out beyond the volleyball line?
That's true. That's true. But what the scouting report on him is we know he can shoot it. I mean,
right.
He shoots it with a lot of confidence. And he's not. I told him, I said, I feel like you've been here for like 7 years. And he's just smiled. He's a nice kid. And he's always been a good player for him. Even as a freshman, he started all 4 years. So Yeah, he can shoot it, and if we don't do a better job of, we'll see a kid tomorrow night that shoots it from that far too. I mean, it comes off screens and shoots it that far. So we got to do a better job of knowing our scouting report. But you're right. I mean, sometimes you get into those situations where you kind of get greedy defensively, and things are coming. You're reading passes and stuff. And that kid he stuck a couple right in a couple guys' eyes. So
yeah, he did. You're exactly right. Now on your side of the things. Things kind of came out. You did what you needed to do early on. You pulled out of the Fury after, basically the first quarter, and you went back into more flattening out and going into that 1-2-2.
Right.
Tomorrow night, we'll talk about that. It's going to be a different ball game, and I'm sure you kind of said that
right.
There's going to be a different pace to it. There's going to be some things. No discredit to Union and Coach Carmody. I mean, he does a great job over there, and again, those kids play hard for him. But tomorrow night, this is a tough one because you've got 4 straight games in the MEC.
Well, we should have had 5 if you think about it, because we got our Eastern Hancock game canceled. True. We would have had 5 MEC games. Yeah.
I mean, what are they going to do that you've just got to be prepared for?
Well, it's going to be really a similar game plan to last week against Master and Granite, because their strength is their guard play, and I think our strength is our guard play for the most part too. So, we're going to have to match that. We're going to have to match the intensity. We're going to have to match the way we play, but we're going to have to know where guys are, keep people in front of us a little better. And one of our weaknesses all year has been our rebounding, so we're going to have to rebound well.
Yeah.
But I think, going into tomorrow, I mean, we really practiced well yesterday, and I told our coaches, I said, I don't want to use them all up tonight. Sometimes you just feel like the games, it could have been anyone. I felt like we were shooting just with more confidence in it. And I know some of that comes from where you hit a couple of layups, you get some stuff going easy from the start. But we practiced well yesterday, and we carried it over. So now we'll have to do the same thing tomorrow, and we'll have to be ready for a dogfight.
And when it comes to the C team guys, what a big opportunity tonight for those guys. And I joked in the chat or in the actual live feed about when Ty scored. I said, boy, there's a guy right there that really likes quarantine, because due to the fact that there was quarantine, you needed to move some guys up. But it also shows that they all went in there and they scored. And what we loved and we talked to Mason about was how much they really were working to get those guys the ball, and they wanted them to score. And that kind of goes with that family motto that you preach around here. And that's exactly kind of what Coach said when we were live, is that's that family approach. But I think I got more joy out of watching the guys get excited for them, or probably just as much joy as watching Ty's face after he got those first 2 points. So, what did that feel like for you to just have that opportunity?
Well, first of all, I said in the locker room, I bet you on Monday you guys didn't think you'd be playing and scoring in a varsity basketball game, because we had no clue. Those guys weren't even, they didn't think varsity basketball was on their radar. To their credit, they came in and did some nice things, and you can see that those guys are going to have a future in our program.
Absolutely.
It's going to do really nice things for us. I was really excited and happy for our guys. I think with about 4, maybe even more, 4.5 minutes ago, we were around 91, 92 points, and our guys are always wanting to score 100, and at some point we've had a couple different times where we could have done that.
And I know that doesn't mean anything to you.
It doesn't to me. And I told them, I told our coaches, and I told the guys sitting on the bench, if we're going to score 100 tonight, it's going to be through those young guys, because we're going to let them try to play. I'm not going to limit them. Now we didn't. I told them no more fast breaks, but we were going to let them play and let things go through them a little bit. I told them, I said, you're going to play. I went over and told them, I said, you're going to play the whole fourth, and I don't want you to play scared.
Yeah.
And it's no matter how many times you say that, you're going to be nervous first time you go in your varsity game, and it's the speed of the game, the physicality, and you could see them a little bit. They were getting bumps on some of that. Yeah, I was proud of them. Really happy for the guys that were happy for them, and that shows that we really. I think what you guys
it shows
said,
you're doing the right things.
Well,
it shows.
And I want to say this real quick, but Coach Carmody, I've known him for a long time, and he's got almost 300 wins, maybe even maybe more than that. But I know he's closing in on another one of those big milestones. And I coached against him when I was at Yorktown as an assistant. I coached against him at Greenfield Central, and I'm telling you what, you want to talk about a great coach that ran some great stuff and did some with the guys he had at Greenfield Central. and it was a dogfight. And we were really good the years that I was at Yorktown, and he was just an excellent coach. And
you could see that because what I like about the guy is he never gave up on those kids at any point. And I've been in that seat.
Yep.
I've been on that side of it, and I've been in those tough ones, and it gets hard to do. But those kids constantly play for him.
Well, he's doing things. You could tell the kids like him too.
Yeah.
And that's always a good indicator for me that a coach is doing the right things. I really like Coach Carmody, and I make sure that I remind him of that. But whenever I can see him, I'm happy to see him because there's some, first of all, I always laugh and joke with him. I like that there's still some guys that are a little bit older than me in coaching, but I like the fact that I've just seen. I know a guy that's been through the battles. He's just teaching the game of basketball because he loves it right now.
Yeah.
And he's teaching kids about life, and he's he gets it. So, and we talked a little bit after the game, and he's just a good guy.
Yeah. Coach Hansen, you got anything?
No, just like I said, Coach, just congratulations on, I think tonight really solidified and what we're doing and what you're doing in your program. And seeing those guys on the floor, like I said, it wasn't about the 100. It was about you could see the family atmosphere and you could see guys stepping up and caring about each other. So,
yeah, I appreciate that. And, I hope that got through to those guys. I think that they had some big smiles on their faces when they scored, and it was fun to watch their we're not really allowed to have a student section, but the few students that were here were so excited for those guys and cheering for them, and their bench was cheering for them. And I mean, that's kind of what high school basketball is, really. If you think those are memories that those guys will have for the rest of their life, and I'm happy for that, and I'm happy that they got to do it at home. And we're one or two guys getting in foul trouble away from them having to step in a big game tomorrow and give us a minute or two.
Right.
So,
last thing here. First of all, I won't get into too much, but I think he's going to be all right. What happened on Zach's hand? Did he jam the finger?
No, he actually dislocated his pinky. But Zach's so tough, he taped it up. They put it back in place and taped it up, and he's like, I can play, Coach. And Tony said he could play. But
didn't really need to push
we decided not to push it tonight. He's a little banged up, but man, he's such a tough kid. He'll go, and we'll be doing a little bit of the NBA style coaching with Zach here for a while with some load management when it comes to practices and stuff to try to keep some of that off of him a little bit, because I know that he's so tough he won't take himself out. Sometimes you gotta protect those guys, but he'll be all right. Just knowing Zach how he is, and he'll be all right, and he'll be ready to go.
There's another key injury though down there, and that is Coach Dowling. Is Coach Dowling going to be okay? We talked about his injury on the air and exactly what happened to the poor guy. But
I don't. Yeah, you talked about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, I'm sure. I told him he was coming.
Well, here's the thing. I know that we could talk about it because his dad's telling everyone he knows. Yes. So I mean, it's out there.
He's walking around. We've been calling him Papa all night. But he's
That's a tough spot to take 10 stitches, though, right across the knee. Yeah.
Well, I asked him if he could do the steps tomorrow because radio's going to be here, and so we'll be stretched. So I'll probably send him up to talk to you. I'll let you guys ask him tomorrow personally how he's doing.
Where he's at. Yeah.
You might have to. We
might have to actually go down to the floor for him.
You have to piggyback him up here, but.
So you've got some guys, but you know what? You're playing basketball, so you'll take some banged up stuff because it's better than not playing basketball right now.
Yeah, it's one of the things we were talking about before. It's crazy that we have played our fifth game, and some teams are playing their first tonight, or even their second. These are Union's only their second game, so we're just happy to get them in when we can.
Yeah.
Hated that the JV guys couldn't have been here tonight, and some of those guys are a big part of our varsity team, and so I hated that for them, and we miss them, and they're part of our family, so we and I know they hate it that they can't be here because they let me know that in their texts and stuff.
They were in watching, and I want to share this with you. The first half, I wasn't paying attention, and I put the scores backwards.
Oh no! So
the whole first quarter.
Okay.
So the first quarter ended up 33-3, and I was just clicking it away and not paying attention. Well, Coach Mike Dowling got a hold of me, and he said, this took a picture and texted me and said, this doesn't look right. And I caught that it was 33-3 Union.
Wow.
But in the chat, Caden and Connor's mom let me know that they came out, and when they came out, they looked at the score, and they said, I hope that's not right, or we're going to be running a lot on Monday.
Well, so that's funny. It's funny that I know Coach Dowling, Mike Dowling wasn't going to be here tonight. I'm sure he's at home relaxing with those velvet shoes on. But
absolutely.
But I know I hate it for our JV guys that just miss this and miss games. But that's the thing we're in right now. It's hitting everybody. It's hitting every team.
Hit my son's team in the 8th grade.
It'll hit us. Yep. It's going to hit us again at some point. But we'll take the ones we get. I told him before the game, play this game like it might be your last. And what would you want to remember if it was your last game? So. Yeah. I'll probably be saying that a lot this year. Well,
that was a good way to end. And congratulations, Coach. We appreciate the time you give us every time after a game. We know tomorrow you're going to be busy. We're going to have a packed house with radio and that whole group. So tomorrow we'll take Coach Knuckles or Coach Dowling on our side.
We'll get somebody up here.
You get it done on the radio and take care of that.
I'd rather talk to you guys, but hopefully they're not watching. But
is it Forrester? Is he coming?
Yeah,
he's a great guy.
He's a good guy.
And listen. We'll go talk to him because he's better than we are. So
I don't know about that.
So anyway,
I've heard good things. So appreciate you guys being here again, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Again, all right. Early nights for us. All
right, go order a pizza.
All right,
thanks. And that was Coach McLaughlin, and he gets us to it's 4-1 now on the season. We've got a big one tomorrow night with Monroe Central. And, Coach, we've pretty much talked it out. Is there anything you've got? Let's hear that nuggets of wisdom.
Well, no, other than what we just talked about. One thing
you look tired.
One thing, it's been a long week.
Has it? It's 7:30.
That's right. It's dark. It's been dark for 3 hours.
Yeah.
No, just that we've talked a lot about the adversity and what it's bringing, but a lot of times adversity brings you together closer sometimes. So
yes.
Bringing this team together and those are things I think as the year continues to move through. Like we've talked about before, this group's been so close, and bringing it tighter and tighter, and be using that adversity to continue through the season. So,
well, I wouldn't want to be sitting up here in the cramped quarters of the pushed-in bleachers with anybody else. You always do a good job. Another good job tonight, and a fun one here at Richard E. Johnson, and we'll really have no more to add. So. Tomorrow night, Monroe Central, 5:30 estimated start time. We'll be right back here in these same seats. Until then, take care, and we'll see you tomorrow night on the Wes-Del Sports Network.